Hello friends. After completing the indefinite integral, now we are starting definite integral. And definite integral first as a limit of the sums. This topic is a topic of descriptive type questions. It means it's not a shortcut method or is objective. So be cautious. For the board exams, you have to write step by step. Just like first principle of derivatives. Similarly, it is a basic principle or the definition of a definite integrals. First, suppose y equals to fx is a curve and we want to calculate area between x equals to a to b in this closed interval a to b. First, we divide from a to b this interval in subintervals of width h. H is very small quantity. So suppose we divide this a to b into n different subintervals. That means b minus a divided by n equals to h. H is the width of each subinterval. It means what is the height for this one? Say fx1. And what is the width of this one? H. So here the first area of the rectangle is h into fa. Starting point and height fa and the width is h. The second rectangle, the area will be h into fa plus h. Similarly the third, similarly the fourth and similarly the nth. If we combine all these, what we are getting? The area between a to b below the curve, bounded curve. The important point is when the curve is in the slant position, how we are getting the area of a rectangle. The important point is this small rectangle is less than the curved, then less than the whole. But this small part, since we are making h is a very small quantity, it means the subintervals are very close. So in this case, the curve is like this. You are seeing like this. But since we enlarge it, it is a very small quantity. And when it is very small, it is just like a rectangle. That's why we are adding all these rectangles and getting the total area of the definite integral a to b fx. And that's why definite integrals major use is to calculate the area of the bounded regions. So now we are starting the very important exercise 7.8, and be cautious whenever in the board exam the language is find the definite integral as the limit of a sum, then don't go with the shortcut method just like in your physics. No, you have to solve only by using this formula. So now we are starting first problem, say 0 to 5 x plus 1. What is our function? First we write fx is x plus 1, correct? Limit b minus a is nh. So here we write b minus a equals to nh. This one is also an important point. Upper limit minus lower limit is the total subintervals of h width into n intervals. That's why 5 minus 0 is nh. Now first we start from this equals to. Here we can write step by step or you can write directly, is your choice. First limit x tends to 0. First we want fa, and fa means f with lower limit. What is lower limit here? 0. So in this function if we put 0 we will get 1. Now next is fa plus h. Substitute here a plus h, that is 0 plus h. If you substitute here 0 plus h, what will get? 1 plus h. Similarly the next 2h plus 1. Third one 3h plus 1, and the last one 1 plus n minus 1 into h. Now 1 plus 1 plus 1 plus 1 n times, it will become n. Limit 1 1 1 1 1 n times will become n. N, h, 2h, 3h up to n minus 1 is nothing but AP. And you know the formula of AP, sigma of n is n into n plus 1 by 2. But in this case, we are not taking from the first, we are taking from the second. It means these are n minus 1 terms. And when these are n minus 1 terms, substitute here n minus 1. You are getting n into n minus 1 by 2. That's why we have to write the sum of h, 2h, 3h, 4h, 5h. If you take h common, is nothing but n into n minus 1 divided by 2. Correct? Now, you know the value of nh. So, now if this h goes inside, it is nh. This h and h, one nh pair is already here, and this h used for this one. Now the limit. Limit tends to 0. H tends to 0. But nh is already with us 5. So first we substitute limit. H tends to 0. It is 5 minus h divided by 2. H tends to 0. It means this will go 0. So 25 by 2 and 5. So what we are getting, the final answer, 5 plus 25 by 2, that is 35 by 2 is the answer. Long method. Step by step method. And in the rough column, you may check easily. What is the question? 0 to 5 x plus 1. Now we check in the rough column. X square by 2 and x. Integral of x plus 1 is x square by 2 plus x. Now apply the limit 0 to 5. 5, 25 by 2 and 5. Correct? So is the answer is correct. Always check your answer in the rough column by the shortcut method. But don't do shortcut method in the fair copy. Never. Especially the students who are preparing only for the competitive exams. Since this portion is not in the competitive exams, they have no idea for this one. आपको पता नहीं चलेगा क्योंकि ये आपके कोर्स में ही नहीं होगा कॉम्पिटिटिव एग्जाम में, मगर सीबीएसई के कोर्स में है, स्टेट बोर्ड्स के कोर्स में है. इसलिए क्या करना है, इस मेथड को बहुत ध्यान से ऐसे का ऐसा करना है. हाँ, रफ कॉलम में अगर आप चाहें तो इसको आप चेक कर सकते हैं, मगर फेयर में कभी भी इसका काम नहीं करना है. एक और क्वेश्चन लेते हैं. स्क्वायर माइनस एक्स 1 से 4 dx. So here fx equals to x square minus x. First we write what is fx? X square minus x. And what is nh? b minus a. That is 3. Two important points. Now we start with the function. First we have to write fa. Fa means the lower limit. So f of 1, f of 1 plus h, f of 1 plus 2h, and so on, f of 1 plus n minus 1h. This we have to write every time the formula. Limit h tends to 0. Correct? Now I start with one by one. First step. f1. If we substitute 1 here, what we are getting? 1 square minus 1, that is 0. We start with 1 plus h. So 1 plus h square minus 1 plus h is the second part. Third part, 1 plus 2h minus 1 plus 2h, and so on. We'll continue till the last f 1 plus n minus 1 h the whole square minus 1 plus n minus 1 h is the last step. Now we'll expand one by one. Limit h tends to 0. बहुत ध्यान से करना है. 1 square and 1 cancel out. You will get 2h minus h, that is h, and you will get h square. So here h square is the simple solution of the first bracket. Now the second bracket. 1 and 1 cancel out. Here you will get 4h and here 2h, that is only 2h and 4h square, and so on. Continue. So in the last step you will get 1 and 1 cancel out, n minus 1h plus n minus 1 the whole square into h square. This will be the complete sequence. Now we have to collect first h related terms. पहले h वाली terms को collect कर लेंगे. तो h वाली terms क्या आएगी? h वाली terms आएगी h common 1 plus 2 plus 3 up to n minus 1. Simple AP. Correct. The second one, h square terms. So here what we'll get? 1, 2 square, 3 square, and so on, n minus 1 square. Correct. Now these two sequences total you know from your class 11 sequence and series. So here we write the formula h n minus 1 divided by 2 plus h square as it is n minus 1 2n minus 1 divided by 6. Why this formula not as same as class 11 and n plus 1 2n plus 1 divided by 6? Since we are approaching to the last term n minus 1, not up to n. If it is up to n, then class 11 formula. So in this chapter, be cautious, all the terms goes up to n minus 1. So the last step is now, you have to simply put h inside. Limit h tends to 0. If h goes inside, see, nh, this h and nh minus h divided by 2. This h goes inside and here h cube. That's why for everyone, one h we use as opening the bracket divided by 6, because h and h square, h cube, and we have 3 factors, so every time nh, nh and nh. Now what is given? Initial point nh is nothing but nh equals to 3 minus h, 6 minus h divided by 6. Everywhere nh substituted as the value 3, b minus a, upper value minus lower value. So the last step, limit h tends to 0, 9 minus 3h by 2, 3 minus h, 6 minus h by 6. Limit h tends to 0. What we are getting? 9 by 2 plus h tends to 0. 6, 3, 18, 18, 3, 54 by 6. 9 by 2 plus 9. 2 LCM, 27 by 2 is the final answer. But don't be overconfident. ये नहीं सोचना कि आंसर आ गया बस बात काम खत्म. No. In the rough column, you have to check your answer whether it is correct or not. Rough column means x square minus x. You know x square integral is x cube by 3 and x integral is x square by 2, and you have to put the limit 1 and 4. Now substitute the value. 4, 64 by 3 minus 4, 16 by 2, 8. This is the upper value. Lower value, put 1 by 3 minus half. Now if you solve it, you will get 27 by 2. Just check it. 3 LCM, 64 minus 24 minus 6 LCM, 2 minus 3. It means plus 1 by 6, and here it is 64 minus, add these two. What we are getting? 6 LCM, 80 plus 1, 81 by 6. Cancel out with 3. What we are getting? 27 by 2. Is a very, very important question. Integral as the limit of a sum. Language is important. Don't go directly by the shortcut method in Cbse board exams. Now the fifth question. fx is given ex and limit upper minus lower. That is 2. Upper minus lower is 2 and fx equals to e to power x. Start with the same formula. Limit h tends to 0. First we need fa. Fa meaning is here lower limit, f of minus 1. F of minus 1 plus h. f of minus 1 plus 2h and continue. The last one is important. f minus 1 plus n minus 1 into h. First we have to write, सबसे पहले फॉर्मूले में a मीन्स लोअर लिमिट और h पुट करके लिस्ट बना लो. अब उसके बाद एक एक करके तो आप निकाल ही सकते हो. कैसे? h बताओ f minus 1 क्या होगा? f minus 1 means you have to put here minus 1, e to power minus 1. फिर अगला क्या होगा? f minus 1 plus h, minus 1 plus h. फिर अगला क्या होगा? minus 1 plus 2h and continue, e to the power minus 1 plus n minus 1 into h. अब बताओ सब में कॉमन क्या है? लिमिट h टेंड्स टू 0. h सब में देखो आप e to power minus 1 we can take out. So here e to power minus 1 is constant out. Now remaining is 1 plus e to power h, e to power 2h, e to power 3h and the last is e to power n minus 1 h. अब तक बताओ कुछ दिखा? Yes is a formula of GP. GP formula means 1 upon e limit h tends to 0 h. A is 1 and r is e to power h. So we can write the formula as e to power nh minus 1 divided by r minus 1, that is eh minus 1. Correct? Once again, you know the formula. A r to power n minus 1 divided by r minus 1 is the formula of GP. So what is A here? A is 1. And what is r here? E to power h. So we can write easily r to power n minus 1, r minus 1. And what is A? A is 1. Now again 11th class formula of the limit. If we shift this h to this side, and limit formula eh minus 1 divided by h, when limit h tends to 0 is nothing but 1. So this quantity is nothing but 1. And what about the upper quantity? Upper quantity is e to power nh minus 1, but nh is already with us 2. So e to power 2 minus 1 divided by e will be the final answer. Important point is here we are using GP. और मैं हर बार क्या बोलता हूँ, जब भी कोई दो टॉपिक मिक्स हो जाते हैं तो समझ लो वो क्वेश्चन बढ़िया हो जाता है. तो अपने पास आंसर आया e square minus 1 by e. Now we have to check because it's a question of 6 marks में भी. रफ कॉलम में आंसर को जरूर चेक करना है. कैसे चेक करेंगे? सिंपल, डेफिनेट इंटीग्रल. ex का इंटीग्रल क्या होता है? ex. अपर लिमिट और लोअर लिमिट. अपर लिमिट क्या है? 1. लोअर लिमिट क्या है? -1. Now integral of ex is ex. Substitute -1 to 1. E to power 1 minus e to power minus 1. Correct? So it is nothing but e 1 upon e. Now see, the answer is e minus 1 upon e. तो यही अपने को कंफर्म हो जाता है. आया 6 में 6 नंबर. डेफिनेट इंटीग्रल का फर्स्ट प्रिंसिपल एक तरह से स्टार्ट वो यही है. तो इसमें जब हम आगे बढ़ते जाएंगे हम इसका यूज करेंगे एरिया अंडर द कर्व्स में, और वो क्वेश्चन तो बहुत ही इंपॉर्टेंट है. उसके बिना तो कोई बोर्ड का पेपर बनता नहीं है, सबको पता है. डेफिनेट इंटीग्रल सिंपल फॉर्म में जो हम करना चाहते हैं, जैसे हम इनको चेक कर रहे हैं, वो अगली एक्सरसाइज होगी, यानी शॉर्टकट मेथड्स जो आपके कॉम्पिटिटिव एग्जाम्स में भी काम में आते हैं. करेक्ट? लेक्चर्स पसंद आ रहे हैं, मैथ्स में इंटरेस्ट आ गया है, आगे आगे हम बढ़ते जा रहे हैं. दोस्तों को बताइए, शेयर करिए, लाइक करिए, और जिन्होंने चैनल अभी तक सब्सक्राइब नहीं किया है कम से कम अब तो कर दो भाई. आपको टाइम पर अगले से अगले लेसन मिलते जाएंगे. गुड बाय.